joins us now. I'm delighted to say here in the studio with us. I mean, I just love that. Whenever you hear that music, I mean, I don't know what, you know, obviously there are some amazing pieces of music that you've done and you've had around, but I just think they're those ones that just hit home with everybody. You must be very proud of the music that you've done.
Yeah, and that song, I mean, that was overnight. It was my first single that I released after leaving Neighbours. So I didn't have high expectations because I wasn't the first one coming out of the show to release music. And I thought, oh gosh, you know. And so for that to happen was just unbelievable. It's like I was chasing a song around the world trying to keep up with it.
Oh, because it was such an overnight success. Well, we'll come on to talk about Neighbours in just a moment, but I know you've got lots of exciting things coming up, haven't you? You've got lots of festivals, performances, which I imagine are always great fun. And there's a Foodies Festival that you're going to be performing at, which I think sounds great. And also because you get to take your son along as well, it's obviously more of a sort of family-friendly one at the same time.
Yes, I did the Oxford one last year, and it's just a really good atmosphere, and you can get yummy street food, and it's also supporting a charity called Crisis that supports homeless people, so which is wonderful. So yeah, it's a really good one. It's a really good family vibe. So come and check it out. All the dates and everything are on my social media.
And good to give back at the same time.
Exactly.
Is that song your last one of the set? Is that?
Oh, I change it up
do you?
sometimes.
Right.
Yeah, we did our rehearsals. We had one set of rehearsals for the whole year, which is, I'm kind of at that point in my career where it's quite fun to fly by the seat of your pants. So we change it up and put different songs in for each set, and sometimes don't get a sound check. But it's going to be a great summer. I'm doing some shows with Jack Savaretti and Will Young, lots of different people. So it's going to be.
What do you enjoy more? Is it the live audience, or do you like kind of being in the studio and all the kind of technical precision?
I think if I had to choose, I'd say live. I love the simple act of singing and making people happy, and you can see when I'm on stage that I just close my eyes and bliss out, and I just love it.
You mentioned Neighbours coming back, and Guy Pearce has, I think, suggested he might come in and do like a cameo role.
I hope so. He's phenomenal.
Could you be tempted back then?
You never know. Never say never. Never say. They haven't approached me. But I mean, if Guy Pearce is going back, I'd have to consider it. I'd love to do something with Guy.
Exactly.
It was great to see you in the final. I think it was such an emotional thing for people, wasn't it? Who'd grown up watching it, then it was coming to an end, and now it's like, yes, it's coming back.
Yeah, I wonder if they knew when we shot that. We didn't know anything about this other re-emergence of Neighbours, but it was actually Holly Candy who said to me, "Are you doing this thing?" I was like, "Well, I will if you will." And we weren't even on the show together, so it was so fun to do it with her, and obviously it made no sense. But it was the final episode, and it was just about kind of saying thank you to the show, because that's when my career started. So
when you go around the world in different countries, are you more known in some countries for Neighbours and in some countries for your music, or is it always the music first?
When I was in America songwriting, they didn't know what Neighbours was. So that was that experience. And then I had an experience where I was in Nigeria in a hotel and Neighbours came on.
Oh.
And I rang my mum and I'm like, this show
And how about here?
is everywhere. Here, I think people know me for both, which is lovely. Yeah. Yeah.
And you've got more music coming out, haven't you, later in the year? Tell us about that.
So I did, last year was 25 years of Left of the Middle, my first album. And we're going to put a live EP or album out. We haven't decided yet, but just to kind of, the shows were so great and so fun. So we're going to do that. And I'm just working on some new music. And we've been playing some new music at the shows. So we'll be doing that for the festivals as well.
And how is it? Because I know at one point you were talking about, you know, you had a bit of writer's block and you had to work through that. It must be difficult as an artist when you face a time like that.
I mean, it was 5 years. And so for anybody out there who's dealing with writer's block, you do come out the other side of it. And I think it's amazing how we can get in our own way. It was all in my mind. And I had a few, I mean, my career's been full of kind of peaks and troughs. And I think it's how you deal with the hard times. And so that was off the back of some, you know, bad things happening with my career or whatever. And I would just say it's about showing up for yourself and keeping on trying. And eventually you write a song you're proud of, and then you're off and running again.
And the Foodie Festival's this weekend. Where is it?
Oh my goodness, St Albans.
Brilliant.
You passed the test. Well done. People can see you there. Thank you so much.
You,
Great
Thanks
to
for
see you
having me
this morning. Thanks for coming on.